Men and women in arguments. For those of you that listen to what podcast is it called? Our Sins of Woes. I had guest the Sweats and Leggings podcast, and going back over that episode, I realized a lot of conversations with women is if all men do it, it's a man problem.
Right.
But if all women do it, oh well, everybody in the world does that.
Right.
There's nothing that is specific to women.
So they say.
There's a lot of things.
I mean, women invented lying.
This is where I'm going with it. But that's always the argument. Like if you ever listen to whenever you have those kind of arguments with like a group of women on a platform,
right.
That's always the argument. Oh, well, men do this and men always trying to do that and men always think they can get away with this.
Right.
And then when you say, well, all women do this and all women do that, your argument is, well, everybody does that. That's not a specific thing specific to women.
I mean, for me, I'm gonna give it a protest, and reason being is because the same reason why women have taken over the lead is the same reason why they're allowed to have those conversations. We had this conversation before. A lot of the conversations that women have, it's literally our fault. The generation that we come from, or the generation I come from, that is now turning over into your hands, literally was a generation. Again, nigga, we all laughed at the Dr. Dre video when a nigga poured the beer on the girl at the end of it.
I get that, Penrose, but like when you say that, I know what you mean when you say that. Right. And a lot of the shit that women get away with now is our fault.
Yes.
But there has to be some kind of accountability.
I mean,
and when you say it like that, it sounds like women don't have anything to do with it.
No, you have to be held accountable. It's just like I was watching Horrible Decisions, and they was talking about how Kanye brought out the baby in Marilyn Manson, the baby being homophobic and Marilyn Manson being a sexual abuser. And
I thought he was just a weirdo.
I've never known a nigga to be a sexual abuser, but hey.
He has like two pending cases as of.
Right. So, I mean, I wouldn't doubt it. You know, niggas is weird out here. But my whole point is we don't talk about, like, when the chick had the baby with the fucking little boy, then went to jail, and then got out of jail and had another baby with this nigga and married the nigga, then the nigga left her. This was a child. Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying? And you're a teacher. And so it hit the news. It made the waves it made, but we don't talk about it, right? And the reason being is because I think in sticking it, that I bring that up to talk about they do have to be accountable for the shit that they bring up. But the only reason I brought up saying that is men, and when they say that, oh well, you know, everybody does that, it is a scapegoat clause. It's bullshit. Mm-hmm. But it's easier to have it's easier for them to have that conversation just due to the dumb shit that they've had to deal with for years. So for me, it's a protest. I'm not about to riot over that shit because at the end of the day,
But you hate niggas.
It's not even really about
hate, man. If you could put all the cruelty and hate in the world on men, you would.
Who, me?
Yeah, you. Talking about you hate men.
I don't hate men. I'm a man. What the fuck are you talking about? My whole thing with it is...
And you represent your mini Beyonce more than anything else.
I do.
The fuck do you want from me? You hate men, nigga.
If you don't listen to Beyonce, you have to stand over there. I don't associate with niggas who don't like Beyonce.
Nah, that's fair.
I don't
know niggas who don't.
Honestly, I think like Beyonce's like the most. Well, besides Whitney Houston, that like everybody loves.
I listen. Yeah, real shit.
Whitney Houston or Beyonce?
Both. You have to. I don't associate with niggas. I don't associate with niggas that don't listen to Beyonce, and I don't associate with niggas that can't sing Fantasia at the drop of a fucking dime.
That can't sing Fantasia?
Never know when you.
No, I got you.
So we're gonna be ready. When that song comes on, if you are a black man and you don't break out in unison with the rest of us, get out my car, or I will get out of yours, wherever the fuck we are. This is a thing.
It's a hell of a standpoint right there. You have to break out in song on cue for me to fuck with you.
Listen.
You just have high standards for niggas. That's what it is. For you to be a man in my circle, you need to be able to do all of this, okay? You need to be able to say your ABCs backwards on the drop of a dime. You need to be able to name every Kanye's track on every project. You need to be.
I told a woman one time, I said, listen, the first time we have sex, I need you to whisper those words from Fairy Tales by Anita Baker in my ear. That is not a song you fuck to. It's a breakup song like a motherfucker.
Are you warning her?
Huh?
Are you warning her?
No, I just love Anita Baker, bitch. I asked for this. Make it happen.
That's fair.
But anyhow, in the sense of men and women in arguments, again, it's just a protest for me. I get what you're saying. Like,
I never said if I rioted or protest.
I know.
Okay.
You haven't got to your point. I've been doing all the talking. I'm just saying, I'm recapping my own shit. I'm saying it's a protest for me because women, like, I know that I always say that you're right, that men did this and this is how we got here and all of that. But even in asking them to be accountable, you can't really use the blanket statement. Like I said, it is a bullshit as blanket statement that, oh, this relates to everybody, but when men do it, it only relates to men. It's deflection. But at the same time, and I'm talking to my people who understand what words mean, because some people are going to get upset. It's an insecurity as well. You know what I'm saying? And so when we have those type of situations, when you see people deflect like that, it's not really because they don't give a fuck about men. They think men are trash. I mean, you got some of those closet lesbians who do. But like, yes, closet lesbians. You suck dick, you cook a man's food, you raise his kids, and you hate that nigga. You're a closet lesbian. Suck my dick. When you are the type of woman though that you're speaking your issue and you're having issues and you say this like this relates to everybody, but this just relates to men, it comes out of a place of insecurity. It comes out of a place of shit that men have did to women for a number of fucking years. It's a protest for me because it's not that big of a fucking deal. It's not. It's like being at home.
I just hate that no account because I do it to black people a lot.
But how is it?
I do it to like I'll bring up systemic racism a lot, but I'll also be the person to be like, but like nigga, do better. Yeah, you niggas have got to do better. You can't keep falling on the systemic racism. The white guy put this in our. It's yes, I get it. It's relevant, right? But at a certain point, the accountability falls on you too.
No, and I feel you.
That's the same applies to women. And
I'll agree. Some accountability has to be held, but it's like. You can walk past.
I'm gonna read this post to you.
No doubt. You can walk past your girl. Say you have people at your house. The men in one room, the women in the other. You happen to get up and go to the bathroom, and your girls are telling your old lady. Her girls are telling her where she's wrong in the fuck Keisha moment. But when it's fucking pillow talk time, you never tell her where she's wrong in the fuck Keisha moment. You simply just agree. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's fuck Keisha. Accountability does have to be taken. But it's not everybody's job to point that accountability out.
No, it's my job.
So in certain situations.
In every situation. Because I'm a platform host.
Old nigga. Walk on in, leave on out.
Now, that's not the bedroom talk, but on the platform. We hold everybody accountable here.
I feel you. You gotta hold people. Now, if a motherfucker wanted to come on the show and talk about it, yeah, Slim, we're not cutting those shots.
Facts.
But in the sense of what we're talking about, keeping it in that lane, it's just more to being like, yo, I'm not about to motherfucking beat you down and about that shit. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, if you're the chick, like, I'm trying to say this without giving motherfuckers names. There's somebody who unfollowed a nigga because another woman did, right? And she's like, oh, well, this nigga might be doing this nigga might be doing that. And the whole thing is like, you can't do something because another woman did unless you have the same experience. You're doing this now to create a narrative that you do have the experience. So yes, I'm about to hold you accountable because I don't believe you had the experience. I can almost tell you didn't, and I wasn't there. So yeah, when you're using that type of speech to tell lies, yeah, I feel you. That's automatic call out. They're women. They cook our food. They raise our children. We can't foster a new world without them. Let them talk. They've been told to shut the fuck up for the beginning of time. Yeah. And we ain't shit without them. Yeah. Cool. It's all men, and this happens to everybody. What are we watching?
Yeah, you're right, baby. Just turn the TV on.
Exactly.
But I got to sit this post. I thought it was funny because it read Rational Male posted, children from single-parent households, overwhelmingly single mothers, account for 80% of racist motivated by displaced anger. Congratulations, feminism. You've literally bred and raised the rape culture you claim to fear. Or rapists, not rapists. 80% of rapists motivated by displaced anger. And it says, congratulations, feminists. You've literally bred and raised the rape culture you claim to fear. And a woman responded saying, 43% of boys are raised by single mothers. 78% of teachers are female. So almost 50% of boys have 100% feminine influence while at home, and 8 out of 10 chance of 100% influence at school. Toxic masculinity isn't the problem. Lack of masculinity is.
The crazy part is lack of masculinity is toxic masculinity.
Oh well, yes, and it's too far and too not enough.
Yeah,
that's what toxic masculinity is.
The shit that
it's
people call it toxic is not toxic. Niggas
100%.
Niggas.
But my issue with reading that is, it's a cool statement, but again, you're not only blaming the man that it's either you're blaming the presence of man or the lack of man.
Right.
And I know enough niggas that will come up and say, maybe you should just raise our kids better, woman.
But I mean, you gotta also think too. A lot of time when people are
accountability though, like
yes,
it has to go on both sides. You're
does.
Right. Niggas need to be more present.
It does, but
come on, ladies, do better sometimes.
People are finding people in those veins to make those statements. I know. Shout out to Avery. Shout out to People Talk Daily. She advocates for niggas every fucking day. Her whole thing is black men don't get enough credit. Yes, niggas fuck up. Yes, niggas do dumb shit. Damn near every show she's done.
It's probably because you don't give niggas credit.
I mean,
because you hate men.
For what?
Oh shit.
I'll stick at a protest for it because that conversation does need to be had. But you ain't gonna have that conversation by screaming.
Right, I'm not gonna write about
Then
this.
she gonna tell you that Jeff's dick is bigger.
Exactly.
And you don't want that smoke, my guy.
Because now you gotta wonder
if she ever seen Jeff dick and what is Jeff doing with his dick out and around my wife and all that. So you don't want to scream it. You gotta politely bring it up. Take her out to dinner and get her hair done. Because ladies love going out on dates and spending your money. Next topic.